Hello and welcome to Sessions with Judith John. Now you would have noticed that in my sessions I have also added a WhatsApp number on which you can contact me. So please keep watching Sessions with Judith John. In today's session, we are going to see how to go about a report or article writing. Now, in the heading, you would have noticed that I have also added narrative and factual description. Why so? When we talk about a report in CBSE syllabus, it also includes a narrative and a factual description, which are similar to report writing. So even in the previous year's question papers, if you notice, you would have seen that where there is a report writing question, an option of the report writing question, which is question number 4 now in the question paper, you will see that they have also asked a narrative or a factual description. And then, of course, the article. You would also be wondering why I have put both together, report and article. The option that comes in the question paper comes between a report and an article. That is one thing. There is also another reason. Because of the similarities between the two, students often confuse and write a report in the place of an article or an article in the place of a report. So here I will explain to you exactly the differences between a report and an article, the format, the marking scheme, and how to write a good one. Apart from that, you will see that narrative and factual descriptions are basically reports with a very slight variation. So what are those nuances or changes that you have to look for? So we'll be discussing all this in today's session. The question is question number 4, and the total marks that it carries is 5. And 2 pages is the maximum limit that is in your answer paper, the space that I can suggest for you. But those who have smaller handwriting, even if you write 1.5 pages, or even some of you even 1 page, it will be all right. Now, when I say 2 pages, it's say around 6 to 7 words in one line that you can write, not more than that, with the 1 finger space after every word. And we're going to space it properly, then it will take 1.5 page or a little more than that. Always remember to start writing the answer on a new page, on a fresh page, not where you have ended the previous answer somewhere midway. Don't start in that manner. Also, you will see that I have put the picture of a pen and a pencil. Now, this is something I've tried to put in all the writing section questions to remind you, to keep reminding you that you will have to use a blue ball pen and an ordinary black pencil for your exam, which is mandatory. Don't change and use anything else as per your wish. So let's go directly to look at the points of the report. Now, the marking scheme is, it's like this, the 5 marks that is distributed. Format carries 1 mark. When I say format, it includes the headline. You would have noticed in the newspapers, headline is there. And then we have the byline, written by whom, the writer's name, and of course the place and date. If these are the mandatory things that has to be there in a report. We are talking about the report writing here. Content. Okay, in 3 paragraphs, not necessarily always, it could be in just 2 paragraphs also. The main thing is that you should have 4 to 5 main points covered in the content, and the expression, that is the grammatical accuracy, use of apt words, spelling, and the relevance of ideas and fluency, coherence, how well it is arranged, all that carries the other 2 marks. All right. So before we go into the actual part of report writing, what is a report? Without knowing that, we cannot go ahead. A report is a description of an event or an accident in a chronological order. When we say chronological order, it is in the same order of how it happened, providing only facts. Only facts. Therefore, a report also becomes a factual description. So you cannot write stories, create stories, write something which has not happened. All right. That's how news sometimes becomes very false and made up thing, because it has to be, you have to provide only facts. Okay. That's why a report is also called a factual description, because you have to give the exact whatever happened. Okay, now when we talk about reports, we have two formats, you can say, with slight variation, like in a newspaper. Some examples that I've listed down here is road accidents. You see them almost every day in the newspaper, and inaugural ceremonies, festivals, official meetings. Okay, all that come in a newspaper. What do you write for a magazine? Your school magazine, all of you would have surely had a look at your school magazines, which cover the annual day, sports day, workshops, camps, competitions that were held, and things like that. So all that comes under magazine. What's the basic difference? In a magazine, it is, even the date and place and everything is covered in sentences with an introductory paragraph, which doesn't happen in a newspaper. All right. In a newspaper, directly they'll be writing the place and date. I will show you some examples as we go ahead. So these are the tips that you have to remember. First place, have a very clear idea of purpose. Why am I writing this report and for whom? Okay. So that is the first important thing. If I'm clear with it, then I will write the report also clearly. The headline and and the byline. The headline should be a relevant one. Now, if you look at the way people read newspapers, you just open, and if you see the headline, if you think it is something relevant to you, you want to read and know more, then you will read the rest. Otherwise, you will skip to the next headline. So the headline is something very important and has to be a relevant one, and of course followed by the reporter's name, the one who is writing the report. Okay. Include relevant information in orderly sequence, in the same order of how it happened. You can't say something like, when a person is narrating a story, this has happened. Oh, but before that, this also happened. You can't make this correction. Then you have this point here, be very clear and concise. Okay. Now below that, I have given you a rough distribution of the 3 paragraphs in a report. So in the first paragraph, you'll be adding the place, date, and details to introduce and say what it is about. The second paragraph, the detailed description of the event in order of how it happened exactly. You can include eyewitness accounts, or if it is a personal experience, then talk about yourself. Then in the concluding paragraph, okay, you can either conclude it with a general statement, ideas, okay, or offer a solution if there is one, or views of other people who were there, who it matters, and of course the future action that has to be taken. So here I have tried to give you a very, very clear outline and format of a report before we go into real examples. So the headline has to be in about 3 or 4 words. Don't write a very long sentence as a headline, where the first letter of every word is in capitals. Please do not go with all the letters over there in capitals. It's only the first letter of every word in capitals, the way I've shown over here. The next line is a byline. By whom is this written? Okay, para 1, place, date, and details to introduce. Basically, you answer all the WH questions in short. When I say WH questions, it is what, where, when, who, and how. Okay, if you answer all this in very simple sentence, just one line, and then it will be done. The second paragraph, detailed description of this event in sequence, order of how it happened, and of course the third paragraph concluding general statement with ideas, suggestions, views depending on the news itself. Okay, now we have to remember that this is not only for the report. I think even when I was talking about the speech in my previous video, I have told you, you always try to begin and end on a positive note. Now, when it's an accident, you can't be doing that. So it depends on the kind of report that you are going to write. Now here there are some examples of newspaper cuttings. I feel if you want to really learn how to write a report, newspapers are the best examples. And always I advise my students, so to all of you who are watching this video also, newspapers, reading English newspapers is very important. Number one, it gives you a glimpse into all the new vocabulary added, the latest ones. You will learn how to use apt words. You will also get a very clear idea of what kind of question paper you're going to get from during the board exam, because CBSE is, it comes up with the relevant and current topics in the question papers. If you look at the year when we had an earthquake in a place, then surely there is something added about that. If it is about the pandemic, then surely there's a question added on that. If there is anything that's going on in around, and surely that is added. There are some topics which I have added over here, which are perennially there in all papers and also in all the question papers. Okay, so you can just have a glance at them, you'll get a clear idea. These are more examples trying to show you this is how the reports come in the newspaper. You will improve your English by reading your, it is a first English textbook that all of you should be referring to score very good marks in English. So please do that. And nothing ends without practice, written practice. Okay. So please do practice writing these questions which I have put here. You can also go ahead with practicing more questions. If you see, these are questions which usually do come in the question papers. These are common questions, so you should know. Now, what is the difference between a report and a narrative? The format remains the same as the report because it is part of report writing. Then what makes it different? It's identifying an experience and drafting an outline by recalling it. It's a little more like a story. It's told, report told in a story format. So in a narrative, you tell your readers what happened using vivid details and descriptions to actually recreate the experience. While writing, think from the reader's point of view, because the readers do not know the small and seemingly unimportant information. Add a little more of the feelings and all that. Provide interesting information. The incident must be worth narrating. Now only then you can narrate. Okay, so it's a little bit in a story format. It should be personal, special, and different. Some good examples I can tell you from very much class 11 textbook CBSE. Hornbill and Snapshot, some of these lessons that you would have already studied. And for those who haven't, please do read. They are very interesting. Class 11 English textbooks, Hornbill and Snapshots. We are not afraid to die. We can all be together. This is the second lesson, if I'm not mistaken, in Hornbill. And the Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, which is the very first lesson in Snapshots. The Address, which is the second lesson. Okay, and Ranga's Marriage. Now these are lovely examples of narratives because they are actually factual report but told in a story format. That's what is a narrative. Now here are some questions for practice on a narrative. For example, here the very first one that's given is about you going by a train and an emergency without a ticket, you're traveling. So you're going to narrate the incident. What are the things that could have happened? So you can add in all those points over here. All right. The second one is your experience on having helped someone to write a paper who is blind and therefore needs help, and so it's about helping a handicapped person. These kind of topics could become a narrative. One thing is there that all incidents that you see and happen cannot be written in a narrative form. Then some become officially a report and remain there. Now the third, you know, different kind of report you can say is the factual description of places or buildings, objects or instruments, persons and process and events. So how do you go about these? These are, the format remains the same. It is all coming under report writing. But when you write about a place, you talk about the location of the place, the exterior, the interior, the specialities and the purpose of the place. When we say objects or instruments, then it is going with the definition of the object or the instrument itself, the size, shape, parts, origin, working, purpose, etc. that you keep adding. And then persons, when we talk about a person, then surely the appearance matters, the features, if well built, tall, good looking, whatever you want to add. And then the dress, mannerisms, gait, achievements, qualities. Now, when we are writing about a person, surely the person has achieved something and therefore we are writing about the person. You find all these surely in the newspapers, plenty of them, okay, about all the great personalities, celebrities and so on, in what way they are role models. When we talk of places and buildings also, you do have in the newspaper a column on places you can visit, tourist places, attractions, or a new mall nearby, anything. And then you have the process or events. Describe how something is done in the same order and method of how it is done. When we say processes and events, it is like your, practicals that you keep doing in the lab. That comes under a process. All the recipes, cooking recipes, so they are all, you cannot change the order or something, you cannot change the method of how it is done, you have to add in proper order. So these are examples here of factual description. You can see here places or buildings, the alien planet and Silk Road. These are also all lessons from class 11 CBSE textbooks on Bill and snapshots. The alien planet talks of the place, our Earth, actually. And then Silk Road, we all know, we have studied in social studies what Silk Road means. And then the objects or instruments here, you can see all the newly launched vehicle and electronic gadgets in the newspapers. Every time it keeps appearing. The persons, no, for persons, I will give you such good examples like the portrait of a lady discovering the Tutankhamun. I think all of you have heard about it, at least because of National Geographic Channel, which has brought out this whole thing. Then the Guard of the Only World is also about a person. The process and events, you can have seen these examples from the textbook, last year's book, Albert Einstein at School, Birth, and all the experiments, recipes and research reports, any kind of research report, okay, they also involve a process. So these are some of the examples of factual description. Now, before we move on, we will remember that whether it's called just a report or a narrative or a factual description, it all comes under report only, with very slight differences, which I have mentioned over here and explained. So here are the examples which appeared in the newspaper. I put some over here, and then you can see some more over here. Okay, these are all factual descriptions. Uh, Now, questions for practice. I've given you a little bit of flexibility here. If you can really practice and write, there's nothing like it. So here you have a person any one parent you write on, your own parent, mother or father, or any one grandparent, whoever you want to write on, try writing and make it as interesting as the portrait of the lady, the lesson, last year's lesson. Okay, and here you have the place. I have just tried to give a very rough idea to you. When we say place, it could be even an auditorium, library, or mall, not just, okay, the city of Hyderabad or Chennai or Mumbai or things like that. When we say object, it could be describe the first aid box that you're going to set for your family and make one and keep ready. So what are the things not describe? Any one kitchen gadget or mobile phone. We have exciting gadgets coming every day. So a complete description of that to a person who doesn't know about it. Then process. How to prepare tea is a very simple thing, but if you really sit and write, it's an interesting experience. And how to open a bank account. These are some of the things that I have mentioned over here. Please try doing them. You will practice and learn how a factual description goes. Now coming to the last part, the article writing. You don't have to confuse this with report writing at all. Article writing is basically essay writing on a given topic. Therefore, it is very, very different from a report. Okay, so the first thing is the suitable title. That is, you are going to choose the title as per what you think, whatever fits the what matter that you're going to write, based on the matter that you're going to write. And one main difference is in report, you write the person name who has written right below the headline. But here, after the title, you will write whatever you want in 3 paragraphs at least. That is a minimum number of paragraphs. And then at the end, you're going to sign or write the name of the writer. You will notice that over here I have tried to show your name of the writer and the suitable title. That's something very important. All right. Now, what are we going to write within what that makes it so very different? Because first paragraph, introduction to the theme. Make it interesting with questions, quotes, proverbs. Now, you're doing all this in the report. So only in an article you can do all this. In the second paragraph, which is the main paragraph, the main content that has to be added, at least 4 to 5 good points have to be there. Raise questions, share ideas, views, experiences, place in the rules and laws that are prevalent or whichever is relevant and connected to the title, to what you're writing. And of course, the pros and the cons. Um, and always here, I would tell you, please add more of the positive points and less of the negative points. Always keep that in mind, even in life. Please keep this in mind. Take more of the positive things and less of the negative. Then your life will also be a wonderful one. And in the last paragraph, conclude with the general or a personal statement. You're free to. This is the writer's choice. You can do it the way you want. So here are some examples of article. You can just see the, some relevant ones from the newspapers. Again, reminding you why newspapers are so important. And remember that CBSE will also be taking passages for your comprehension and even your writing section questions, topics from the newspaper only. So you can also read the newspaper to make yourself familiar with all these. And I'm sure all of you are familiar with the speaking tree, which also gives you a lot of moral values in life and teaches you a lot of good things. So you can read such things to be updated. Here are more examples. These are again perennial topics in writing section. Okay. All about children, women, human rights, okay, education. All these are very relevant topics, and environment. Now, these are all topics I can tell you which always keep appearing. Okay, so here are some more topics. It talks about the environment, it talks about water, okay, the loss of green coverage, the necessity to celebrate and remember Earth Day. Okay, so nothing goes without practice again. Practice makes you perfect. Please do practice writing at least these two questions which are here. It will help you remembering all the points that I have given. Okay, so please do that. So thanks for watching this session with me. All right. Do keep watching sessions with Judith John for more tips and inputs to excel in English. You can text your doubts and queries in the comment box that comes below the video, or even mail me at sessionswithjudithjohn@gmail.com for any kind of online tutorial required. You can also contact me on this number, okay, using WhatsApp for personal online coaching or doubt clearing session as per your requirement, or even just discuss or talk about English. You are all welcome. So thank you. God bless you, and write the best report and article to score full marks. All the best. God bless.